Founders Academy is a 3-part learning journey designed around the real stages of company building. Lesson 9. Are you ready for your ideal client? Go-to-market is a system that turns a product into a business. Learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify and go after your ideal client. Section 1. Who is your ideal client? Go-to-market is not about campaigns or channels in isolation. It is how your company consistently finds customers, converts them, and turns them into revenue. A real go-to-market engine answers 3 questions clearly. Who is your customer? Not in broad terms, but the specific person with urgency. How do they discover, evaluate, and buy? And how do you create repeatable acquisition rather than one-off wins? Consistency beats creativity every time. Most founders treat ideal client identification as a branding or messaging exercise. Personas are written, demographics are defined, slides look neat. The business still struggles. That's because the ideal client is not about who likes the product. It's about who pulls the company forward economically, operationally, and strategically. I have seen companies stall for years, not because the product was wrong, but because the wrong clients were shaping it. Support load increased, sales cycles dragged, pricing broke, teams burned out. Choosing the wrong client doesn't just slow growth, it degrades the company. The ideal client is defined by behavior, not demographics. Age, size, industry, geography, those are all descriptors. They are not determinants. Ideal clients reveal themselves through their behavior. This is fundamentally how quickly they understand the value proposition that you have, how little explanation they require from you and your team, how they use the product without workarounds because they've been looking for it for a long time, whether they expand naturally up the ladder and find new ways to use your product to create increasing amounts of value for themselves, whether they complain constructively or destructively. Founders who identify ideal clients by who they are get stuck. Founders who identify them by how they behave get clarity. Those are the clients that will help you grow your company and elevate to new levels. The ideal client framework, the 5 non-negotiables. To identify your ideal client, test every segment against 5 filters. If a customer fails even one consistently, it is not ideal, no matter how large or prestigious it is. The first threshold is pain intensity. Is the problem acute for this client or just interesting? Ideal clients feel the problem frequently, visibly, and emotionally. They already have workarounds. They already budget time or money for it. If you have to educate them on why the problem matters, they are not ideal. Number 2, speed to value. How quickly do they experience a meaningful win? Ideal clients reach value fast. Days or weeks, not quarters. They don't need long onboarding or extensive communication to feel progress. Slow time to value kills momentum, increases churn, and exhausts teams. 3, willingness to pay without drama. Do they pay cleanly or do they negotiate endlessly? Ideal clients understand the value enough to pay without excessive discounts, approvals, or justification. Pricing feels aligned, not adversarial. If every deal feels fragile, pricing is not the problem. The client is. Number 4, cost to serve. Do they simplify or complicate your business? Ideal clients don't require constant support, exceptions, or founder involvement. They use the product largely as designed. Clients who demand customization, escalation, or manual work may bring revenue, but they destroy margins and focus. 5, expansion and signaling power. Do they grow with you and help others understand you? Ideal clients expand naturally as they get more value. They go up the ladder. They refer without being asked. They make your positioning clearer, not messier. They don't just pay you. They teach the market who you are, especially those that you're made for. When founders apply this framework honestly, patterns quickly emerge. Use this scorecard to rate your client. Does your ideal client have high pain? Does your ideal client experience fast value with your product? Does your ideal client pay cleanly and happily? Does this client have a low cost to serve? And does this client expand and signal naturally? Any client that fails 2 or more of these is not ideal, even if the revenue looks attractive in isolation. This is how founders escape growth with friction. They focus on their ideal clients. So why do founders resist narrowing the ideal client? Narrowing clients feels risky. It feels like saying no to potential revenue. It feels like a shrinking opportunity. In reality, clarity expands leverage. I've seen companies double growth after excluding their worst fit customers, not because demand increased, but because focus did. Your ideal client is not who you tolerate, it's who you design around. How ideal client clarity changes the company. Once you have discovered your ideal client and it is clear, the following things start to happen. Product decisions simplify. Pricing becomes cleaner. Sales cycles shorten. Your support load drops. Partnerships become obvious. Value creation accelerates. And there is less strategic confusion. Actually, strategic confusion disappears when your clients are all the ideal clients. Now, here's an assignment for you. Identify and commit. Your task is to analyze your last 20 customers. Identify which 5 were easiest to sell to, easiest to serve, happiest, most profitable, and most likely to expand. That cluster is not an accident. That is your ideal client. Now make a harder decision. What will you stop doing to serve everybody else? The key takeaways for this lesson are that ideal client identification is not a marketing exercise. It is a company-shaping decision. Founders who choose their clients deliberately build leverage. Founders should not let clients choose the company. Founders who build for the ideal client will build strong, lasting companies much more quickly than those that accept any client. Now that you have identified your ideal client, we can discuss the go-to-market strategy.